Hey guys, welcome back to Hogs and Sticks. Today we are going to take a ride from Murfreesboro, Tennessee, all the way to Chattanooga. But before we do that, let's take care of some business. I need you guys to hit that subscribe button and share if you like my content. If you've never watched my channel, thanks for dropping in and clicking on my video. I've got probably, 30, 40, I don't even know how many videos I've got out there, but I've got a bunch of videos on my channel you can click through and watch. But hey, let's get into what we're talking about today. This is going to be a great ride. I've been planning this with my wife for probably, last few months. So let's hit the road. I got to tell you, one of the things I love the most about riding in Tennessee is how quickly the city disappears. Now, I don't live that far outside of the city limits, but it only takes you 5 or 10 minutes to get into the mess of the city, traffic, people, but you can make one right turn and get out of it pretty dang quick. A few minutes ago, we were dealing with traffic lights and busy intersections. Now we're surrounded by farmland, open fields, and roads that seem like they were built specifically for motorcycles, and that's no lie. You're looking at this road right here. It is maybe not the smoothest road in the world, but it is backcountry road riding through Tennessee, and you would never guess it when you're riding through the city or on the interstate. You would never guess that this is right off the interstate. I mean, we're talking, you can't see it now, but I'm riding through Beech Grove area, and you can see the interstate on my right-hand side. It's that close, but you would never guess it. And this road, this is 41, and it runs parallel with the interstate. So you could literally get off the interstate for probably, 30 minutes, maybe an hour, depending on which direction you're going, and just take that road in peace and quiet, man. Don't have to deal with the traffic on the interstate. But we're heading through, we'll be heading through Manchester. This part of Middle Tennessee is packed with beautiful scenery, long sweeping curves, old barns, and enough countryside to remind you of why so many people love living here. Manchester's a cool place, small town, nothing crazy. It is really a laid back community. And there's some restaurants and places to see there. I'll drop it in the comments or in the description below, some of the places there are to see and go visit while you're there. Cool little town. Now things are starting to get a little interesting. We're getting closer to Mount Eagle, which is up at the top of the mountain as you come out of the Manchester area, or you come out of Manchester and you head up into Mount Eagle. If you've ever ridden this area, you know exactly what I'm talking about. The elevation starts changing, the air cools off a little bit, and this is early morning, or mid-morning, so the temperatures are still changing in the dips in the road, and as you climb up the mountain, you can feel it. Suddenly, Tennessee is looking a lot like the mountains than farmland. Here, we got a lot of cornfields, and if you look ahead, you can see the mountains. As we get into those mountains, you start feeling like maybe I'm in East Tennessee and not South Tennessee. Pretty cool place. People always ask me why I ride. Honestly, rides like this are the answer. For a few hours, the phone isn't ringing, emails aren't piling up, and nobody needs anything from you. Well, except for every now and again you got to pull over and get gas, or the wife taps you on the shoulder to let you know that you made a wrong turn. And I did that 2 or 3 times on this ride. But it's just you, the motorcycle, and the road. There's something about twisting the throttle and watching Tennessee roll by that clears your head better than anything else.
This road we've been going up is called Klaus Hill Road.
This is the part I've been waiting for. Yeah, motorcycle riding is about the journey, not always the destination. But in this section is really cool. We're starting our descent toward Chattanooga now. You can feel the landscape changing. The mountains begin to open up. The Tennessee River Valley starts appearing in the distance, and you realize you're getting closer to one of the most beautiful cities in the state. Chattanooga, sorry about that. Chattanooga is often called the Scenic City because of its location along the Tennessee River and surrounding mountains. Now, you're going to hit some traffic along the way, but this part of the road is always my favorite. It's the curves, it's the going back and forth, a little bit of traffic. The stone wall on the left side of the road is, I don't know, it just kind of sets the tone. You're coming through a different time as you go down the mountain. Good luck finding people that are willing to carry all those rocks up on the roadside and pile them up from the river nowadays. It's just not going to happen. Once you go under this bridge, it's a whole nother view. Now you're entering into the city. You have left the country. You're in downtown Chattanooga, and let me tell you, the landscape changes quick. That's the Tennessee River, and on the left-hand side, just beyond that grass, are concrete benches, and you can sit there and just enjoy the view of the river, maybe a good cigar, and just enjoy the views, man. Today was beautiful. It was a perfect day for a ride. We were looking at temperatures in the 70s, creeping up into the 80s with low humidity. You couldn't ask for more. But as you can tell, things have changed now. We're in more traffic, missing the curves now. Not so many curves. And just to my right there, as we drove past, was the Tennessee Aquarium. Beautiful aquarium. Probably, in my opinion, it's better than the one in Gatlinburg. It is beautiful. The bridge you see ahead of me is the pedestrian bridge. You can walk across that bridge and go across the river. Well, we've made it to downtown Chattanooga, and we're at the portion of my video, what I told you in the beginning, where I'm going to share some pictures of the places my wife and I went and enjoyed while we were here. So just sit back, listen to some music.
She wakes with the sunrise, coffee on the stove, bare feet on the front porch, watching the wind blow. Old jeans and her flannel, and hair tied in a braid. She's got dust on her boots, but her dreams never fade. She's a country girl, wild and free, with a heart as wide as the old oak tree. Knows where she's going, but she loves to ride with the stars above and the moon as her guide. She don't need diamonds, she don't wear pearls. She's a firelight soul, a country girl.
She hums to the radio, driving down.
Well, our time here in Chattanooga is over. But while you're in Chattanooga, do me a favor and don't miss out on the food. There's really cool restaurants, great places to eat. But even though our time in Chattanooga is over today, or for the weekend, we still have 2.5 hours of riding ahead of us. And I'm really looking forward to getting to ride through Prentice Cooper State Forest. Listen, long before motorcycles, roads, and overlooks took over this area, it was home to the Cherokee and Yuchi, if I got that right, communities. Sites along the Tennessee River Gorge show people were living and traveling through this region thousands of years ago. One of the reasons this place is so special is the Tennessee River Gorge, sometimes called Tennessee's Grand Canyon. It's one of the largest river gorges east of the Mississippi River. The views from a place like this, Snooper's Rock, are absolutely incredible. Today, the forest isn't just for recreation. It's managed for wildlife habitat, sustainable forestry, research, hunting, hiking, mountain biking, and camping. Nearly 7,000 acres are protected as scenic zones to preserve these incredible views. Well, this time the ride is really about over. We've got a couple more miles and we'll be home, pulling into the driveway. I know the dog's going to be excited we're home. But this weekend in Chattanooga for my wife and I were really about sitting down, relaxing, not having any plans or destinations to go to with it on a schedule. Just kind of make the plans as we felt like we wanted to make them. sit down, have a cocktail, eat some good food, and just enjoy each other's time. And Chattanooga was just the place for that. So I hope if you guys get out and ride and you're heading to Chattanooga, you do the same thing. Enjoy what the city has to offer. Great food, great people. Till next time, you guys have a great day, a great ride, and always remember, be safe on 2.
We just came through the big town of Whitewell.